Hello guys, welcome to our morning market update. Little technical issues at the moment. Let me see. You'll probably still hear me but can't see the camera, which is rather strange. It is not working. Morning, Gabriel. Morning, OTM. Michael. Well, all right. I'll tell you what. We'll just do it the other way around. It's fine. You don't get this full frontal view of me, but it's cool. We can do it like this. I'm not really opposed to it. If you guys are opposed to it, let me know, but you shouldn't be. All right. So here's the update for today. The news is this: equity futures are slightly higher this morning. S&P up 0.2%. Nasdaq up the same. Russell is flat for the session. All right. And that's where the market is at. We have seen a bit of a sell-off, though, just now as we started this morning market update. A little bit of downside here in S&P 500 futures. They're pretty much giving up their gains and back down to where, for all intents and purposes, they closed yesterday. The prior day cash closed at 68.5. So that's where we're at now. The U.S. dollar is a little bit weaker. All right. The U.S. dollar is a bit weaker today. Oil's softer as well. Gold is up slightly. Copper is strong, up 1.5% this morning. And crypto is kind of a bag of mixed nuts. Bitcoin's down 0.7. Ethereum is up 0.6%. So things are looking choppy in crypto world. The big news is going to be today at 10 in the morning. So 10 a.m. Eastern, write that down on your calendar. Top of the hour. Why is it going to be big news? We have a plethora of news events happening. We have PCE, which is a really strong number for Federal Reserve consideration. When the Fed talks inflation, the number they talk about is not the CPI, it is the PCE. And the PCE is coming out today at 10 a.m. It is the delayed number for September, so it's kind of old news, but it's just newly being disseminated in the press and to the Federal Reserve also. It's for September. September is a long time ago, considering it is now December. Due to the government shutdown, we didn't get this report until today, but the PCE is out today, and we are going to get it before the Fed meeting. Then we have University of Michigan sentiment. This is the preliminary number for December, so still pretty high value and importance. And these are the last pieces of things we are going to get before the Federal Reserve meeting. The last relevant data for the Fed. The Fed meeting, just as a reminder, happens next Wednesday, December the 10th. Very, very important. There's going to be a lot of volatility. I'm going to try to get ahead of things Monday and Tuesday so I could not trade on Wednesday and then pick it up again Thursday, Friday. And more than likely, next week will probably be my last week trading for the year. We'll see what happens. I don't like to stay and be there to the last minute of the last quarter. All right. But that's kind of where we're at. Morgan Stanley is forecasting a 25 basis point cut in December. They're saying it is now a done deal. All right, followed by cuts in January and April. And the market's pricing in this rate cut odds as well, now back up to 85% odds. It went from 85 down to the low 60s, back up to 85. So we're back on for a rate cut expectation. It's next week, so I think these probabilities lead to a rate cut. I don't think the Federal Reserve will miss and not cut, considering there's so much expectation baked in, because they were a large part the creators of this expectation. All right. Thanks, Paulie. Paulie. You got me, buddy. You got me. I like that. Oh, man. I don't know if seeing the comments is a good thing while I'm doing this. Bro, you derailed everything. That's a good one. Good one. Well played, sir. Well played. All right. Yeah, rate cuts are baked in. It's probably a foregone conclusion now for December. All right, the big news this morning, coincidentally, before we get into the charts, because there's not that much news, I was searching the interwebs. I was searching all my reports, all the paid research and data, and I couldn't come up with too much because there isn't really a lot. I mean, there is a lot, but it's not relevant to how we're going to trade. So 6:58 in the morning today, we see Warner Brothers get halted pre-market. All right? And everyone's like, what the heck is going on? And at 7 a.m., 2 minutes later, Netflix announced they're going to acquire Warner Brothers for a total value of $82.7 billion. All right, and I think 72 of that is going to be stock, 10 billion cash. But honestly, that's That's pretty big news. Hollywood has been kind of in distress, worried ever since COVID. They had some writer strikes. The whole Hollywood industry has kind of been on pins and needles, and Netflix and streaming services have kind of destroyed the traditional studios model, right? And this is it. Netflix buys Warner Brothers. It's a pretty big, previously independent studio. Now it's going to be deprecated into Netflix. I'm going to say this. It's probably going to be an unpopular opinion. Then I'm going to move forward to the charts where my opinion's a little more relevant, I guess. Because, look, I'm not a professional at movies. I'm not a professional critic, but I used to love movies. And some could say it's maybe getting a bit older in my life and seeing things a little bit differently. You could blame it on that when I say this. Okay, but since Netflix started producing its own content, the quality of directing has gone way down. I don't care what anyone says. It's my opinion. I don't even watch movies anymore. It's terrible. It's so predictable. It's so corny. And it just seems amateur. I don't know why. I'm sorry. I said it. If all you've ever watched is Netflix movies in your life because you're young, I feel sorry for you. You should go check out some of the older stuff. So this news stays kind of saddening to me, to be honest with you, because more crummy content on the way. All right, now let's take a look at the charts since we're looking at charts. Yesterday, I wrote a couple notes. I'm not going to go fully off notes today, but yesterday we saw a little bit of buying off of the open. I don't know why this pen is not working. There we go. Yesterday we saw a little bit of buying off of the open. Not much. Not much to get any kind of sustained rally going. And for us, what we were looking at here is that we got a buying balance. Off of the open, boom, you have a big buying balance that's set. It started to go up a little bit, and then as the price came down, whap, it turns into a sell imbalance, and the market turns lower. That moment right there, that sell imbalance moment flip is so pivotal and key, not just to the current market auction, because yes, the current market auction is immediately reversed. So yeah, you have the next couple points to the downside. It's going to be fun. All right, you can make some money on it. But these kind of flips, especially near the open, tend to set strong levels, magnet levels for the entire day. And this is why, I had a discussion yesterday with someone in a trading room, and the discussion was, it's good to have levels. I'm not arguing against it, but your levels don't matter. The levels that matter more is the ones that the market gives you in real time, rather than the ones you set before the market even opens, with the psychotic idea that you want the price here, so it's going to drop right to it, then rebound right off of it. Like it's crazy if you think about what we're asking for when we pick trading levels ahead of time. Okay, like it matters. We're trading a couple contracts here. Who cares, right? Anywho, point is, we had that flip. We had an inventory flip, and short side was the right side. Right after that, I sold it. That was the first trade I had for the day. All right, we ran downwards. 50 was a strong support. We rebounded off of it. We come in, we put in a low that we couldn't break, and I had a long opportunity here that I took because I was in front of the computer yesterday working a bit later. All right, and up we go right up to that target. It was juicy. I got rid of it here. So I had two trades, one the short side, one buying, stuck seller, and a reversal at the bottom up to the resistance, but I got out of it. I wasn't hoping. I didn't turn it into hope. I turned the trade into wait. All right, and so that level held all day. Look, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Not sure you would have gotten this level early on in the morning as the level that was relevant if you didn't use order flow. And order flow identified that level in real time. When we broke above it, we exploded higher, and now we're below it and resisting it. So this level is going to be relevant even today. I'm not going to remove it fully, but I wanted to show you how that level was set. That's what we did yesterday. We rallied and failed overnight. So then where we are at the moment is we're kind of back below the order flow level of yesterday. Now, I'm going to need a little more confirmation today if it's going to hold. I need to see a little more sell imbalances, a little bit more activity starting to print at that level. I will save it, though, because it may end up being relevant. But today is a new day, all right? And with a new day, I'm going to erase all of the things that I drew yesterday. There's something called erase all non-text drawings on Sierra charts, okay? And it should clean up the levels quite a bit, okay? Including the one I told you I was going to keep. So I'm going to put that one back on. But all in all, what you need to know, I'm going to put it on right now, by the way, so I don't lose it. It was here. All in all, what you need to know for today is... Guys, I can't... Oh.
Focus listeners, the Daily News Corp US Equity Open News, that's uploaded to the headline feed and the research feed.
All right. For today's market, we're looking for support around 68.50. Okay, and it's coming up really soon. I like 68.50 as a transition zone because there's a whole bunch of stuff to happen here, and I'm not sure if you would see it unless I expand it. Nah, you wouldn't see it, but believe me, I like this level. All right, trust me, what could go wrong? There's a lot of like delta activity here in the past couple days around this level. Part of the main reason I like it, and I like how this price structure got bullish yesterday after it showed some indecision coming off of like what I guess traditionally called triangle pattern, but it's not the triangle pattern. It's the fact you got the lower highs, higher lows, and it finally broke out. I like this level for a lot of reasons. 68.50. So the plan for me is to look and stay bullish above the 50. The problem is we run up and failed a high so many times now that today we're gonna just have to go straight for the high. Like there's no time to dilly-daddle here. If we dilly-daddle, the downside increasingly looks good. So above the 50 though, above 68.50 on the ES, I'm looking for long and I'm looking for order flow to tell me when that moment is. All right, and also acknowledge that we are still kind of in this price range. All right, look at this chart. If I zoom out, it's higher highs, you know, but they fail so quickly. Look at this. You get a little bit of a high, it fails. There's no drive, which is what we're looking for. And you're getting higher lows, but it's time for either the price to just explode upward and get to new all-time highs already, or at least get closer to it, or just fail and look at a lot of buyers. Because this trade is getting, hold on. This trade is getting too easy. Too many people are on board, and I get nervous when everybody is long and I'm the last one coming in. You know, it's good. Yes, it's going on off of my money, be positioning on the long side, but I need more people to be worried about the price going up, and there's less people being worried and more people convinced this is the way we're going to go. So today, I'm going to say is the last day for us to go and hit those that run up that we're looking for, or else we're in trouble. 68.50 is support. Looking for order flow, long opportunity. If it's at the 50, great. If a little bit higher, I don't mind. All right, and do or die today, bulls. I'm getting the sense this is what it's going to look like before we maybe shake out 50 to 70 points of price action. All right, any questions, comments, concerns, emotional breakdowns? We could also get a weakness kind of day. We might just open and just drop right off the open. But if it's above the 50, I like it for the long. But if we drop and we keep going down below the 50, we might get weakness down into the 30s. Who knows? And then potentially recover in the afternoon. Then we're back at the same place tomorrow, and that's fine. Actually, tomorrow we're not back at the same place Friday, but Monday we'll be back at the same place. Monday we're going to have some volatility or some trading opportunities, rather. Tuesday as well in the morning, and then afternoon it's going to slow down. Wednesday I wouldn't even trade it in the morning. It's going to be dead. Everyone's waiting for the Federal Reserve. Friday, too volatile for me. And then, Thursday, too volatile for me. Let's try that again. Monday, good trading opportunities next week. Tuesday, decent. It's going to start slowing down in the afternoon. Wednesday morning, dead. Wednesday afternoon, too volatile. Thursday morning, back to being good. And Friday. And then that takes us really to, close to the holidays. We'll talk about the holiday schedule next week. But I got some great stuff coming for you on Monday. And in January to start the next year, we got some huge changes coming. If you like order flow, you're gonna like what's to come here at TRADEPRO Academy. Who likes order flow? Who's interested to learn more about it, or is there main opportunity? Marco, I'm gonna read some of the comments. Polly, good morning all. With no camera operating, I must say you've never looked better. That's the best comment of the day. You threw me off my rhythm, and I laughed, but now I can laugh fully and say, good job, buddy. I miss good movies. It's all cookie cutter. I know, Mikey, right? Good movies were like memory setters. I can't tell you when a memory in my life was anchored to a good movie, or when after a movie these days, I sat and thought about it for almost as long as the movie ran after. You know, that's probably a function of having stuff to do as well, though. It's not the movie's fault, but Good luck, OTM. Honestly, get that out of your head, bro. The best way to get out of these 5-day losing streaks is to stop thinking about them. Because at a certain point, the more you think about it, the more you're creating it. And I would just say, you know what? It happens. There is a statistical probability that you actually will have 6 days losing streak. But you're at the point where the statistics are now kind of outliers. Like, it's harder to get another losing day in a row. You know what I mean? You're at the point where even statistically, it's going to turn around for you, bro. So I just say, think about the positive. Think about the next best trade. Anchor to the moment. Try not to think of the big picture too far out, because we don't have too much control. It's like order flow. Order flow is real time, in the moment thinking and reaction. All right? You use that mindset and just be present in the moment. It's going to be harder to ruin the moment when you zoom out. But if you look at it zoomed out too high above, it's very easy to ruin things. Right? Believe me. How long should we spend at actually learning to trade and then find our specialty, to find your niche? Marco, to be honest with you, brother, like, it really depends. I think the longer you spent at the beginning flip-flopping different systems and strategies and not going with one thing and trying to give it a little more time, the longer you took going back and forth, the longer it's going to take you to find your thing. Because you've kind of developed, this isn't working, I'm going to throw it out too soon approach in your mind. And how do you know you're throwing away? Yes, you're throwing away strategies that won't work, but how do you know you're not throwing away strategies that are gold and just in a 5-day losing streak, like OTM happens to be in, right? Which, my bad, I shouldn't even mention that, OTM, because I'm doing the thing I told you not to do and just get that out of your mind. Not OTM, because he's not on that. It's over for him. He's got a positive day today, and I know it before it happens. But yeah, that's the real question, Marco. We don't really know. Don't really know in terms of timeline wise, but I'll tell you this, like, stick longer to things. And for me and my progress, there's been times where sticking longer to strategies that didn't work actually helped me pick out one little tool from it. Like, okay, this strategy is horrific, but I love the fact I'm using, 12 PNF candles. And that was from a failed strategy. The candle periodicity and type was from a strategy that didn't work. But then later on, things came together, and that was one of the remaining aspects of a quote-unquote failed strategy. All right. Love you guys. I got to get in the room. Mikey, Marco, meet you in there. But yeah, I got a lot of order flow stuff coming your way in January. I'm not ready to announce yet, but game changer. It's going to be great. I can't say anymore. Love you guys. Have a great day. Thank you again. I will see you Monday. Have a fantastic weekend to you and your families. Make some good memories. Watching some crummy movie. I had to. You guys take care. Have a good weekend, though, for real. Enjoy it. And I will see you on Monday. I'm going to miss you. Saturday morning I wake up and I'm like, I wish I could do a morning market update today. I swear to God, if you don't believe me, then you don't. But I miss you guys and I love doing this. And I'll see you Monday. Take care. Goodbye. Paulie, look at this, buddy. No, you no longer have to see my face. Bye, guys.